Okay, guys, this is a video on how I mentally prepare and mentally deal with long runs. This is a video because Jillian, one of my followers on YouTube, asked if I could do a video like this. So, ask and you shall receive. Um, First of all, I want to say thank you to Jillian. You are one of the people that gets me through long runs. In all honesty, thinking about your post, thinking about your training, it when I'm in hard patches or when I just don't feel up to run, um, you've actually pulled me through. And I've never met you, I've never even talked to you, but getting your messages via YouTube have really helped push me and really helped inspire me to get past some of the pain points and some of the low points in long runs. So I want to say thank you first and foremost to you. Thank you for posing the question. I hope this not only helps you, but it also helps other people who watch my videos. So basically, there is obviously a pre-race, a during race, and a post-race or long run that happens. I think getting mentally prepared is like stretching. You got to stretch your mind. I think the mind is definitely way more powerful than the body. So if your mind's not right, if your mind's not in the long run, or if your mind's not in the race, you're liable to blow up. So really, what I do is I think about, well, at least pre-run, pre-race. I think about what I've done to get there. I think I've done about what I've done in the past, and I think about the great times. You never want to put any negative thoughts into your mind. Obviously, when you're about to go for a long run or a long workout or a race, you just want to say, "Hey, I did X, Y, and Z, and that's pretty friggin' awesome. That's something that I'm proud of, and that's something that I'm gonna carry with me during my run." And if there is kind of bad times or low times during your run, you can always take that memory, take it out, look at it. Obviously, imagine it. Don't have a piece of paper. I guess you could do that. Look at it and say, okay, this is what I've done. I can do this. I can do this. I can finish this long run. I've done it, or I've been close to doing it before. I've come so long. I want to do this. I want to make myself proud. So that's one thing that I think about pre-run, pre-race is just, okay, this is everything that I have. So kind of get an imaginary, for me, it's kind of dumb, but I get it kind of like an imaginary satchel or like fanny pack, I guess, if you want to kind of go back to the 80s. Imaginary fanny pack and put all this good stuff that I've done during training, all this good stuff that I've done in the past, whether it be running, whether it be anything else, whether it be, oh man, I remember that great time I had at prom one year, or that great time I had at my wedding reception. Take all those awesome thoughts, all that those inspiring thoughts, and put them in that imaginary fanny pack so you can take those out later and say, yes, I've done it, and just keep trucking, keep running along. And then take those out during the run. So that's one thing that I would highly recommend. Doesn't necessarily have to be a fake fanny pack. It could be a nice, clutch. It could be, a few thoughts in an imaginary hat. Whatever you guys want to do. Whatever metaphor you guys want to use. So that's pre-run, pre-race. During the run, I think about anything else but running, pretty much. I know it's easier for me, and I know it's easier for a lot of people if you run with someone. So I try to find someone to run with at all costs to do my long runs. For me, a long run is, anything over 8 miles is a long run. It used to be 10. It's gone down since college. I don't know why, but for me, a long run's anything over 8 miles. So I try to grab someone if I'm going to be going over 8 miles that can run with me. I feel like the time goes by so fast. But like I said before, we talk about anything but running. I know that me and a lot of my training partners talk about kind of gross things like poop and pee and stuff like that. We talk about, oh man, I got this huge blister and it popped, and just gross stuff like that. But it keeps our mind off running. I mean, running is fun, and I love running, and I really enjoy it. But when I'm running with someone, I don't want to talk about running. I don't want to talk about, you don't want to be running along and being like, oh, how your shoes feeling, how your shins feeling, how your knees feeling. Because if they're feeling like crap, you're going to think about that, and then you're not going to feel good. So think about anything about running. There's this great, there's this great movie called Spirit of the Marathon, which is about, I think, 5 or 6 people at different stages, like a professional, someone running their first marathon, someone who's a veteran marathon runner trying to qualify for Boston, I think, something like that. And there's this great quote by this woman who's this is her first marathon. This is her first Chicago marathon, and I think it's her first marathon ever. I think her longest race before then was like a 5K, maybe even a half marathon. But I digress. She says, when I'm out with my friends, like to dinner or whatever, I'm talking about running. I talk about running all the time. But when I'm with my friends and we're all running, we talk about everything else besides running. So I definitely take that to heart. And if you're going to talk about running, like I said, kind of take out of that fake, that imaginary fanny pack and say, hey, I did this last week. I can certainly do this week. Also, when I'm running alone, I like to listen to music. So I like to listen to all sorts of genres, especially during a long run. I think for track workouts, when I'm wearing music, I like that, upbeat, just stuff that's going to get my heart rate going, that's going to get me going faster. But during my long runs, I like to listen to stuff a little bit slower, or stuff that I wouldn't listen to. Like my favorite band, like I said earlier, is 30 Seconds to Mars. Generally, I listen to like them and Panic at the Disco, Michael Jackson, when I'm doing my track workouts. But when I'm doing my long runs alone, normally I listen to stuff like Taylor Swift. I listen to musicals like Hamilton. I listen to a lot of Christian rock when I'm, and I'm Catholic, so I listen to a lot of Christian rock when I'm running, doing long runs. It's just uplifting music that just makes me happy. But for the most part, getting through hard times in runs, I definitely dig deep in that satchel and kind of think about everything that I've done thus far. Also think about family. I think about family all the time when I'm running. I think about the sacrifices, and yes, I call them sacrifices, that they're making. My wife doesn't have to let me leave the house at 8 p.m. in the morning and come back at 10 p.m. 8 a.m. in the morning and come back at 10 a.m. She's up there while I'm running with friends or running alone with our young daughter, and she's taking care of her and feeding her and changing her diapers and bathing her and whatnot. So I think about that. I think about the sacrifices that she's making so I can do this sport. It's awesome. It's what love is, and I think every day about her and my daughter when I run. So that's one thing. Another thing you can think of. Also, today is April 18th. It's Marathon Monday. It's Boston Marathon. Yesterday on my long run, I was thinking about all my friends who were running Boston, how inspiring they are. I think about their accomplishments. I think about one of my friends. She is my training partner. Her name's Courtney. Kind of how far she's come since I've known her, and I haven't known her really that long. I also have another friend, Megan, who, again, when I first met them, they weren't considered fast, I guess, but just watching their progression and watching them get better and eclipse me in a lot of ways with what they're doing with running is so inspiring. And Jared, who I ran with on Sunday, he's inspiring to me because he said that this is a little bit of a life change for him. He's been running a while, but he said he needed to change his life a little bit. in terms of fitness, and he's doing that, and you know, you see it. You see him losing weight. You see him getting faster. You see him breathing less harder when we're out on these long runs. So it's absolutely incredible, and it's awesome, and it's inspiring. And then I think about food. Honestly, I think about what I'm gonna have after I run. I'm guilty of kind of looking at my Garmin and see how many calories I burned to say, hey, maybe I can go and get like a few chicken McNuggets from McDonald's or something. But I mean, running should be fun. It's like collecting coins, or it's like flying model airplanes, or playing chess in the park. It should be fun. It should be a sport that you enjoy. And if you don't like it, don't do it. Do something else. Go swimming, go cycling, whatever. Just make running fun. Make running enjoyable. Make a smile come out of your face every time you need to put on those shoes. And sometimes I know it's hard to get out of bed, and I know you're like, oh my gosh, do I really have to do this today? But I've never, ever, ever, ever regretted going running, but I've definitely regretted not running. And the feeling that you get when you're done with a long run is awesome. And that's kind of what you need to take for now transitioning over to post-run, post-race, is look at what I just did. I can do better probably next time. So you take that again, put it in the fanny pack, and really take that inspiration and run with it. No pun intended, but kind of pun intended. So I hope this helps. Jillian, thank you again for your comments. I want to hear how your running's going. If you want to message me and let me know how your running's going and how your workouts are going, to kind of keep me going. So thanks to everyone who's watching. Thanks for going through, what are we on, 12 minutes and 10 seconds right now of me kind of babbling, but that's kind of what I do. Hopefully all your guys' training is going well, and hopefully you're enjoying my videos. Like, don't like, comment below. If you guys have any more questions for me, please ask. No matter how silly they are, I'm more than willing to kind of give my 2 cents worth. Even though you might not like my 2 cents worth, I will give you my opinion if you would like it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a track workout, and hopefully I can kind of start the AJ train rolling in a positive direction again. So that's my video today. Thanks for watching, and see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.